I'd just like to say a big thank you to Claire and Steve for providing us with all the resources to ensure such a special night. And thank you for providing us with the most important element of all, which is Ali. Judging by the intimacy of this particular celebration, it's likely that most of you know Ali quite well. I've only had the pleasure of knowing him for about 2 years, so I'm sure that many of you have had more embarrassing and funny experiences with him than I have.
Yeah, we do.
And I'll leave those for the guys to share with you. I may not have had many cringe-worthy stories, but something I can share with you is a side to Ali that I'm sure most of you have not yet experienced firsthand. I think that through the story of how we met, I can sum up Ali's character quite precisely. So all of you who haven't heard the story, don't worry, this isn't going to be a lovey-dovey fairy tale. Ali and I shared our first encounter at a particularly delightful, crazy little spot. Those of you familiar with the much more known as Terrace. It so happened that Ali, being the cool cat that he is, had a very subtle game plan for picking up girls. I first saw him simply standing at the bar with a friend, beer in hand and a nonchalant look on his face, casually scanning the place, as though it would take something pretty spectacular to catch his interest. I'm not sure if it was the cool attitude or his orange Lumro hat, but somehow this guy had caught my attention. After a few minutes, in one of his laid-back scans, he spotted me staring. At that point, the night got a lot more interesting than both of us.
You gotta get rid of that one, man. You gotta get rid of that.
Dirty dog. I'd say that the back and forth jokes, which have since been described using a less polite term, went on for a good half an hour. At a certain point, one of us disappeared. Neither of us are too sure who vanished first, then Ali's face was me. I still have no recollection of where I went. The air in this particular social spot tends to have mysteriously detrimental effects on people's memories. But when I returned, the Lumro cap, which was now a target in my eyes, was nowhere to be seen. I grabbed my friend and we moved towards the dance floor area. And on our way, I happened to pass the Lumro cap bobbing around while its owner was dancing in the crowd. I was happy to discover that I knew a few people that he was with, and took that as an opportunity to make my interest in Ali even more clear. I approached the group and began talking to Katie, asking about Ali and making sure he knew this by smiling and pointing towards him while doing so. At this point, I think Ali was well aware that if he didn't throw a pin and approach me, I might disappear. His dance moves looked exactly how he was facing them. But after a few minutes of my far from special stares, and the fact that I was dancing pretty much right next to him at this point, Ali made his move, and what a memorable move it was.
Oh! Hey, bra! Bra!
He leaned over and said, with a naughty smile on his face, I might add, "You can't expect to look at me like that and get away with it." Now at this point, I wasn't sure whether that was the smoothest line I ever heard, or whether I thought it was the cheesiest. As I mentioned earlier, the Terrace air tends to slightly interfere with normal judgment. But either way, after that line and a bit of small talk, Ali and I shared our first kiss. He asked my number, and late on the evening of the following night, when enough time had passed for him not to ruin his ultra cool first impression, I got an SMS from him, signed, "The Guy from Terrace." I forced the urge to mess with him by replying, "Which one?" And instead we did the usual BBM pin exchange and started getting to know each other a bit better. The unique pickup line was not all that distinguished Ali from other guys I'd met until that point. He was the first who, instead of asking when I'd be out again, asked me to go for coffee the next day. And at that point, I knew that the Lumro cap guy was special, and made sure keeping around with it. The reason I shared that story with you guys is not just because I thought Ali would be terribly disappointed if I didn't emphasize how smooth he is, but rather because, as I said before, I think it sounds Ali operates really well. To begin with, Ali is pretty damn cool. He is certainly one of the most laid-back people I've ever come across.
Yeah, he
So
is.
laid-back that only 6 months after much social time spent together, and many nights shared in the place it all began, did it occur to him that it might be a good idea to ask me to be his girlfriend. And the main aspect of that story which best portrays Ali's character is the indication of balance. Usually, the kind of guy who would serve up a pickup line of that variety hasn't really used it on about 5 girls the same night. And he is not often the sort of guy who would ask you to go for coffee the next day. And his obvious smoothness is not accompanied by fake arrogance. Yet is rather balanced by none but wonderful characteristics. He is very much a guy's guy, one of the boys, yet the way he treats girls and women shows he's still an absolute gentleman. He is honest and always speaks his mind, yet would never be insensitive to the feelings or opinions of others. Ali is kind, caring and sensitive. He is extremely compassionate and has an emotional intelligence that is really associated with people as masculine, laid-back and easygoing as he is. I also must admit that he has a wonderful sense of humour. Ali is one of the only guys I've ever met who's not only popular amongst his guy friends, but also has tons of girlfriends who can clearly see the kind, warm dimension to his character.
Social butterfly!
It would be extremely difficult for anyone to actually dislike him, because he is so multi-dimensional and well-balanced that he really does appeal to every kind of person out there. The list of Ali's amazing qualities is endless, and I'd be standing here all night if I had to try to include them all. It goes without saying that most of you are familiar with him, which is why we are here celebrating having him in our lives. In conclusion, I would just like to say a big thank you to Ali himself. I don't think you realise how much joy you bring to the lives of so many people, and there are no words to describe how happy you've made me over the past years. Thank you for all the memories, laughs and special moments, and I hope that the future will hold many more in store for us.
Where's the ring? Where's the ring? I can literally. This is like the worst cover in the whole entire world.
You don't have it right.
Where's the origami cover?
No, he's